tend the garden with me.
Man, I think if we start every morning staring out this back door, we're going to see a whole combination of things. I think we've seen hail, we've seen reasonable weather, and now it's a rainy start to the first day of July here in Saxlingham. This is episode 6. Welcome, everybody. Man, I am happy to be alive. That was one hell of an experience getting that field cleaned up. I got to get an awning here, I think. Getting that field cleaned up in June. Man, okay, well, let's go. Let's brave the rain for a little bit here. Let's go run over and grab one of the tractors. And you get soaked out there. What should we drive? Let's take the Z-Tour. And we'll go for a quick boot down to, well, we'll go look at a couple things. Let's go check out the sort of finished results, the final results. Let's go check out the current status of the field down here after all of the work that was put in, and then we can take a look and see. I've got a whole number of bales to pick up now. I want to say that so basically after I got all the trees taken down and the whatever the tree-ish type things, whatever, I went and I mowed and baled up the new field. So, and I think there was about 18 or so bales that I got. So I really got to get all this stuff picked up. So I'm gonna have to get that done today. Yeah, we're a lot more open now. Here, we'll just rip down here first. Let's go check the perimeter of this field. I don't know, man. That was a heck of an endeavor, and on top of all of the just sheer work it takes to chip up and cut down and figure out what you're doing. I don't know if you remember in Poland, but I ran into an issue where I think it was using that wood chipper. It started every once in a while a piece of wood would get kind of hung up, and it would just start creating slivers that ended up going nowhere, and I couldn't get rid of them. They would just hover there. So that happened to me again about halfway through everything that I was doing. So it happened to me. Happened to me once. I thought, you know what, I can probably deal with this. Then it happened again, worse. So basically, I restarted everything. So I basically did this whole thing 1.5 times, which was really rough. But it's done. So yeah, I didn't, like I mentioned, I didn't take this too far back over here because I don't believe that's all our property anyways. But I've really cleaned this up. I think I will figure out how to take this field over as far as I can when we finally, well, so just depending on what we end up doing with this field, I know I'm going to get probably one more cut of grass off of all of this before we really have to make a decision. And then we'll be merging some stuff here. And then, stuff like right here, for example, if we're merging these fields, we may as well then also, create a field through this section here. But we'll do the most we can anyways. I mean, there's a whole part here, like, a harvester is only ever going to be riding the long way down here. So I could get, closer to the fence here, which is fine. I can deal with that. I'm cool with that. But yeah, look, we're way more open now. I like it. I'm not a huge fan of the sort of claustrophobic feeling of a lot of these brushy type trees. I did leave some in there anyways, but so having it open like this I think looks really good. The neighbor was cool with it. It helps him too. So it was on my effort and expense. I went and did all this work, but he was game. Yeah, so here we're going to have to potentially merge all this. It's just a massive field now. I'm kind of half tempted to just make this all one huge field and put a crop in it, to be honest with you. No, not sugar beets. What a gloomy day, man. It's supposed to get sunny here soon. I believe by 10 o'clock it's supposed to get sunny, so that's a good thing. Now, the field on this side had as you can see, it's got a bit of a berm as you get closer to the fence. So I think I'm going to more or less just stick with the natural field boundary here and not mess with that berm. So I didn't take everything down along here. But yeah, I think this is a good one for us. It's going to be a question of what we decide to do. Wait, is that guy's field ready to harvest? Oats. Okay. Like, I wonder if there's an opportunity to scoop a field. I don't want to start talking about stuff like that because that's how crazy things happen. And we have we're low on cash, but high on motivation. We're high on something. Anyway, okay, so that's that. So we got to get those bales picked up and moved off the field. I don't think I'm going to do anything else with those fields. We have the new field that we added, and I haven't done anything to it as far as like fertilizing or anything. But I think we're just going to let it grow, and then and whatever we do the next time collectively over there, we'll do that, which will likely mean refertilizing. Speaking of fertilizing, I added 12 more cows. So my old buddy there at the animal yard sold us another 6 18-month-old and 6 of the younger ones, 6 months old, I guess. So, man, those guys are looking a little gray, aren't they? Normally they look a little more brown, but maybe it's just me. Could be the headlights. Yeah, I think it was just the headlights. So that's the cows. Actually, sorry, while we're over here, let's go and check the wheat fields, because I do believe our wheat fields are not ready to harvest yet. Kind of was anticipating that they would be ready to harvest by now, but I guess that's not the worst thing, because I also don't have a harvester. Okay, let's go look here, and then we'll pop in the store. Actually, I haven't really looked at that yet. Well, A, I want to see if there's a harvester. B, holy moly, these are like neon. B, there was a trailer that popped up last night. Yeah, okay, 7 of 8. There's a trailer that popped up last night before I went to bed, and I think we might want to scoop it. I'll show you that. Yeah, these guys are. Oh, that's gonna be fun when it comes time to harvest this. Here, we'll do one more thing. Let's rip over to the new silo, and actually, no, you know what? Forget it. We won't do that. Let's head back over to the house where it's dry, and then we'll go online and we'll look at the used, and we'll look at our inventories, so you can see what the reality of sitting on wood chips means for us versus selling them now. All right, we're into the used market here, so let's just scroll down here. There's some stuff we've already looked at probably a number of times. I'm so ready to pull the trigger on this harvester. It will harvest the soybeans that we could potentially be putting in. That's interesting. Does that say it'll harvest wood chips? I guess you can get a pickup header maybe and pick up wood chips, and then what the heck's this? Anyways, bit of an unusual one, but this holds 5,600 liters, which is respectable. I'd love to get something that's like 10 or 15,000 liters. Okay, so and this is a 1998 model. Beauty, but definitely in keeping with my cheapness. So here's where I got to figure things out, right? I could spend 20 grand on this. It will hopefully carry the header that we have already. The header we have already is 2.7 tons. The recommended header for this is like 1.7. So, there's a bit of a difference there. So I'm not sure whether it would actually handle the header that we have. But I'm willing to take a shot at $19,500. I can guarantee that if we bought this thing, serviced it, and used it, we could probably still resell it for the same amount of money. So I don't think we're going to lose there. And really, the only harvesting we would have to do is our 2 wheat fields. So manageable. Otherwise, we go for a more expensive, newer model, and then we take it on a finance plan. But I'm kind of inclined to drop the 20 grand cash, try it, and then just resell it. So a couple more things that I started looking at here. $53,000 is a lot of money, and we don't have an abundance of manure, but there's a manure spreader that also can be used as a lime spreader with a mod. I don't think I'd be doing that, but just as a fun side note. But that would definitely be helpful for us, but I'm not totally sold there. Not looking at that Rostelmash. That versatile is pretty nice, but we're not looking at that. There was a nice little Kloss tractor that popped up, but I'm not looking at that for 100,000 doll hairs. So there's a square bale picker upper, but only up to 120 centimeters, so that's not going to work for us. We'll still be manually picking up. Oh, look, there's the header that goes with that Yeah. Oh, 1.2 tons. So we're like 2.5. We're 1.5 tons heavier than what the recommended header is for that harvester. So well, we'll see how it goes. Oh, that's interesting. There's a 5 meter working with. Ours is I think 9 meter. So if, for example, as chances are that if we purchase the harvester and then we get into next month, which I think is when we're going to be able to harvest finally, and our header doesn't work, this one should still be on the market, but I guess there's no guarantee. So here's the trailer. So this trailer will carry absolutely everything. Sugar beet cut. It will carry. Yeah, what does it matter? It'll carry sugar beet cut. It will carry wood chips. It'll carry every crop. And it's only $13,000 with a 33,000 liter working capacity. Like, this thing's kind of a no-brainer. There's an unrealistic extension. I guess that doesn't actually show an extension, but it goes up to 120,000 liters, which we're not going to look at. This trailer should be low enough that all of our harvesters, if indeed that's how we're going to go. I mean, I think with our wheat field, there's a good chance that we can probably just dump right into this and have no problem. And any harvester should reach that, I think. Yeah, so with a little bit of custom paint work, that is what that's going to look like. So I think I'd regret it if I didn't purchase this. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, and here's our inventory. So if we kind of look down to the bottom, so we managed to get a whopping 600,000 liters of wood chips off that field. All of our fields by cutting down trees. And we still have some scrap wood laying around the yard too, which is absolutely ridiculous. But check that out. So currently we're at $172 per 1,000 liters. But there's a max later on in the year of 540. So that's the difference. That's 3 times the dollar amount. So if I can sit on these things patiently, we have $325,000 coming to us by the time we hit the end of the year, which is a great time for us because so you think about the cycle of everything, if we can, I mean, this isn't going to be sustainable because we don't have an endless amount of trees to cut down, but with a cash injection of $325,000, once we get into the winter, that's going to be fantastic. That's usually the time when you would sell your wheat also. So that'll be good. And then, we're into, I guess, next year for the beets, but it's good, right? So we like that. All right, I'll just log off there. Okay, perfect. So, all right, well, I'm going to go make a coffee. We're probably going to go about a half hour, and then we'll go over and pick up. We'll go pick up the trailer, and then I have something else over at the store we're going to go pick up. All right, that's a beautiful sight. The sun is shining. I'll tell you one thing, and maybe you can chime in. The weather in the UK so far, in my experience, in the virtual UK, it's either like just dismal and absolute crap, or it's like gorgeous like this. Definitely a bit of a swing. So, all right, like I said, we're gonna go over to the store and pick up not only I forgot something. Okay, let's see if we can unload it. Okay, good news. We unloaded it. Now let me figure out how to put the into transport mode, and we'll take this over to the dealership. All right, I think I got it, and then we'll just switch to this. Raise that, and you're probably wondering where the hell are you going with that? But you know what? Actually, last thing before we go, I don't think there's really much we need to do with this thing because we did just buy it and we did just service it. But let me just pop open the little shop door here. And we'll just make sure that there's nothing that needs to be fixed before we go. So we get top dollar for it. Okay, well, I could replace the tires for $1,000. Am I going to get the money out of that? I don't know. Are my tires that bad? They don't look that bad. So my tire wear is 1%. Oh, I guess okay. It says my tire wear is 1%, but if I want to put new tires on here, it's $2,600. That makes sense. I mean, that's literally just probably the price of new tires, whether I need them or not. All right, let's leave that door open because I'm sure we're going to need to smash into it. I'm sure we're going to need to service something at some point here. So in my at the height of activity, when I was bringing carting all the wood chips over here, I actually had three tractors going, and I have trailers for 3 tractors basically. So I was running 3 of them in order to keep going. So it literally took me forever. That's definitely not something I would ever, I think, make an episode out of, because it's just way too time consuming. But so we got to be careful because we don't have any. It's fun. I love it. It's like, wait, we don't have any flashing lights on the back of this, so people will notice it. But meanwhile, it's just like a whoa. Maybe it's me that's the problem. Anyways, yeah. The funny thing is, like, oh, put your hazards on so people will see you. But how are you gonna miss this? All right, so that guy's probably sliding in beside us to pass us right now. Yeah. Let me just cut you off, mister. All right, so that's what we're picking up here. There's the trailer that we just bought, and there is the multifunctional cedar planter that we looked at in the last episode, and I said that I would consider purchasing. So we've gone ahead and done that. 5,600 liter capacity, or 5,000 liters, 5,600, can't remember. They threw a bit of a custom paint job on it for me, which was really nice. And now it's essentially a one-stop shop for us. It will do absolutely everything we need. Okay, so what are we going to get for this thing? I don't remember what we paid for it, but 16 grand almost, 15.5. 1,100 bucks for that. Yeah, definitely don't have a use for that little adapter once we've sold off everything. So, all right, so let's get. So we're going to have to cart everything back. There's really no priority one over the other. But this is the, the Kokerling brand. The color is slightly more blue. I just had them tone it down a little bit. It was hard to look at. So we've got more of a grayish color here. But yeah, this thing's, I hope it works. But this thing's like 9 meters, I believe, 8 meter working width, and just kind of a beast. So I think this will be good for us. All right, so we'll get this back over to the farm. We'll get the trailer back over to the farm, and then we'll go figure out what's going on with those bales. All right, so I don't see this living in here for good, but we'll just park this in here for now. So we got the big old trailer home. May you be very useful on our yard, please. And I have this thing. This thing just looks wild. I can't wait to try to use it. So I did go ahead and put the fertilizer and seed in it that was unloaded from the previous one. And there we go. Okay, so I did take this on a finance. Now I put the 20% down, which I can't remember how much that was, but I think it was like 12 grand or 14 grand or something like that. I do have, it's a 1 year finance. The monthly output is $4,461. And at the end, I've got a $7,500 sort of payout. So I don't know. In the end, that seemed to be a decent way of managing our money. And this is what I'm thinking about with the harvester too. Do I take something on a maybe even a 2 or 3 year finance, or do I just? I think I'm leaning towards the low output of $19,000, suffer through the harvest, and then upgrade later. I think that's what I want to do, but because our harvests are only going to get bigger. So for now, I think what we need to do is grab a trailer. I guess we might as well continue using this and grab the... Wait, do I want to use this? Or did I have some issues with this? I think I had some issues. I need front weight. So here, we'll park this. I might even take the JCB because it's got weight, and then throw the front weight on it. All right, so we'll go take this over to the field. So I want to say that there's approximately 70 bales on the field down here. I think that's about right. And I believe stacking bales 3 high and 2 high on the very back, placed precariously, half hanging off. I think that's like 21 bales per load. So this could take a little bit of time to get all these bales out of the field, to say the least. Okay. Now I think what I'll do, I don't think I'll sell any yet. I think what we'll do is just get them all loaded. Oh my God, look how many bales are. I think we're just gonna get them all loaded right now and get them into the silo or the shed, and then we'll worry about when or what we're going to sell once they're all there. Actually, I don't even know. These are the older bales. Are these even silage yet? No, these are grass. So nothing's even ready to sell. Okay, I'm gonna run back over and get the telehandler. I don't know. It's always so much work. So ideally, what I'm gonna find is something to pick up bales. so I don't have to go and manually pick these up with the telehandler. I'm not going to be using auto load. I'm going to go manual, but I mean, there's obviously the base game auto load, which is a literally unit that picks them up, but that stuff's expensive, man. I guess we have to decide what our future is when it comes to bales anyways, because these fields have me perplexed. Option one, merge all of this and make it one massive grass field, take our 3 cuts per year, sell off, $50,000 worth of bales at a time, and have food for our cows. That's the $50,000 at a time. That's about $150,000 in bales. My rough calculations, anyways, which means I'm probably way off, but I somewhat calculated I could get about $150,000 in bale income every year, which sounds good to me. Could I make more money on this field with something else? Maybe. I don't know. Like if I made it a canola field or something, I'm sure I could make a fortune selling all the canola that I could take off these acres. So I just really have to decide what I'm going to put in them. I have to keep in mind that I do need food for cows, though. So if I sell, too much, then I won't have food for the cows. Or if I commit this field to something that isn't going to produce silage, then that could be a problem. I can't remember if I can do 3 bales at a time, but we're about to find out, folks. That seems like a positive. I kind of like the idea of making, whatever I put in this field, put it in the whole field. Okay, there's a bit of a limitation there. Shit, that sucks. Well, I guess, can I get 3 wide if I do it like this? Now that I've seen them on their sides, is that going to work? Oh, that kind of sucked. So I think when I have too high, they don't tip like that. So let's just really screw things up and put these like this. Yeah, I didn't expect to see that happen. Okay, well, this is going to be one Frankenstein of a load, I think, as we piecemeal these things together. These ones will be up on their ends, and the other ones will be sitting flat, I guess. But I'd be curious to see, like this, could we fit 3 across? Because then that just further maximize the capacity of this Red Rock trailer. Oh God, it's so touchy. Like it doesn't take much to knock this over. Anyways, no, I'm not gonna mess with that. All right, well, let's just get these bales as originally prescribed, and then there won't be any trouble. So, all right, I'm curious. Are you curious? I want to see. Oh, great. I just want to see if we can fit 3 wide here. I have like 70 bales to pick up, and I'm still kind of messing around with the first 4. But yeah, I don't know about you, but I mean, that looks like we can probably fit 3 across like that. So maybe it's worth tipping them all on their ends. I don't know. Let me see. Let me get this one loaded, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so this is kind of working out, but I opted not to. So it's funny when you do the math and you think, okay, well, if I put them on their ends, I mean, essentially what I need to be able to do is fit 3 high, but that's really not working. By the time you get 2 high on their ends, they're basically the same height as if you went 3 high on their sides. So now if I can get one on its side on top. Yeah, like I don't know if what this is doing for the tongue weight of the tractor, but it might prove to be impossible to actually haul it like this, but we're gonna find out. I guess I'm just trying to create the least amount of trips as possible, but I mean, it's not like we have very far to go. If you ever see, oh good, look at this. Actually, we need a 2 on the end like that, so let's take it. If you ever see like a transport truck driving down the highway with loaded up with bales, you see that very often. I wonder just how, like, I think about it in the game, like especially straw, right? So I watch, like, there's a guy that's not far from here, and I mean, each year he seems to invest in his operations and put in a new like straw storage. He puts these big, curved or arched buildings, I guess, and then I just see him absolutely jam them full of straw when after harvest. And then I'll see periodically transport trucks, tractor trailers. I don't think that's on there, is that? Whatever, we'll see. Hope for the best. I'll see tractor trailers leaving with loads of straw bales, and I just wonder, like, can you make money doing that? Like, I know in the game straw is not really worth a lot, but by the time you have to book a truck, or maybe it's your own truck and then fuel and all the rest of the stuff, how much is somebody paying for a truckload of straw bales? These are the things that probably only somebody who plays Farming Simulator would think of when they drive past a transport truck hauling straw bales. The normal commuter would probably not look at that and wonder the same thing. If you're a dad, you may just point at it and go, hey. Okay, so let's get this up here. All right, so that is getting a little bit dicey. I don't know whether we're going to be able to drive. So let me grab another 3 bales maybe. And we'll see what that does. All right, so that's, what is that? 3, 6, 8, plus another 6 is 14, plus another 6 is 20. 1, 2, 23 bales. And will those 2 bales on the end fall off when I hit the gas? Let's see. No, I think we're going to be good. All right, I mean, we're not going far. Like I mentioned, we're literally just going over to our own storage unit there. But I also don't want to... I'm not going to rip through here because, while it looks like those 2 bales are good on the back, speed starts to shed a light on all of your mistakes. So if I start cooking towards the storage, I might hit a bump and realize that they're not actually as tied down as they look, or as, I guess, secure, because they sure do not look tied down right now. Yeah, so I mean, with the cruise set to 25, seems manageable. Just kind of creep that up a little bit. So that will result in a few trips, no doubt. And then hopefully by the time we're done this, we may see I sound like a broken record. I keep saying hopefully we'll see a harvester come up on the used, but I mean, who also thinks that we're going to end up with that New Holland? Now, I did look it up because I did want to stay, UK-ish, I guess. And you definitely can purchase new, as well as there's a pre-owned market for New Holland in the UK. I even found some dealerships, and I found some listings. So indeed, it is not out of the realm of thinking that you would have a New Holland on a... look, see, guaranteed that back one's not strapped down, because as soon as I pulled in here, it pulled it into storage. But yeah, not out of the realm of thinking that we would indeed see a New Holland on a UK farm. So that's kind of cool. And that looks nice, seeing the bales start to fill up. So, all right, I'm going to get through these bales here. I think you've probably seen enough struggling. We'll get them into storage. I may mess with the time a little bit, but then that'll give us the opportunity to still get a look on whether or not we can find a harvester. Okay, and that is the last of the bales. So I've just got somebody following me here so I can get them back, I think. Follow me, please. Yes, thank you. We'll use this end gate here. Man, it's a lot of work. I remember why I don't necessarily always look to do big field farming in Farming Simulators because of the amount of work that's required. But, oh, be careful, man. Be careful. All right. This guy swore he was a good driver. Let's hope that's reality. I don't really want to go too quickly here because I don't want to have any accidents, so we just want to get back nice and safely. But anyways, yeah, that was a job well done, I think. No massive issues there, and we are quickly filling up our storage, which is good. Now, we still don't have a lot of silage in the storage because a lot of it's still grass. But as that grass ferments, we should start to see our fortunes change. I always miss this corner. It's like hiding in the hedges here. Yeah, you normally just blow right past us. Okay, so let me creep around this corner here to make sure that our friend is safe. All right, I think that's good. Yeah, so I have yet to... So a couple things. I've yet to check the used market to see if anything's popped up there, as I am, again, a broken record when it comes to talking about a harvester. I did get a phone call from somebody asking me if I was available to wrap some bales for them. I did mention hang tight. Let me get through what I got to do here, and I'll check back. And if they still needed help, I would be happy to help them. So we'll go check on that in a moment. And then after that, really, it's, when are we going to get to harvest our fields, I guess? And with what? Come on, buddy. Hit the brakes. Hey, listen, thanks for your help, and see you later. All right, let's just carefully get this into the storage. I don't know how many bales in the end I moved. I know that I want to... Well, I guess I could check to see how many grass bales are in storage, because that would tell me, because everything else was silage. Let's do that. I think it's going to be about 70, though. Let's just leave that there. I don't want to tempt fate anymore by trying to move it around. Okay, let's get this out of the way, and then we'll go get the telehandler, and we'll drop those bales. Man, this could have been a trifecta of JCBs in gray, unfortunately. But alas, I passed on what might have been the deal of the century. All right, let's just look in the storage and see if it says what we, how many bales we have. I guess right there. So we have, okay, so we have a couple partial bales of grass, but otherwise 70 bales of grass, and we still have 25 bales of silage. Anyways, I guess that makes sense. So there you go, looking good. The next thing we'll need this for is picking up straw bales, really. I think, right? Because we'll be harvesting not grass. We won't be harvesting grass, we'll be harvesting wheat. Okay, well, you know what? Let's shut this off, and we'll pop on the app and see if there's anything used available. Is that harvester still here? Did somebody buy it? It is still here. Okay, so maybe you'll be ours. And the winner is, as we scroll down to the bottom... All right, no, but we have a, so I don't need this, the forage pickup. This is wild. If I wanted to get into potatoes at 3 meters at a time, this is a, what is that, like a $600,000, about $400,000, $500,000 piece of equipment that we can pick up for only $189,000, but we're not doing that. A nice Massey Ferguson, that's okay. Yeah, okay, so nothing has really changed there. Yeah, and I don't know what I would look for. I mean, if I'm going to buy a new tractor, or a new harvester, I'm going to buy something that, and I'll end up having to finance it, but I'm going to buy something, or whatever, finance it, whatever, you know what I mean? Something that I'm going to be able to use for a period of time. Yeah, like these Kloss harvesters, upwards of 9 to 10,000 liters. So 2.25 gets me 10,000 liter capacity, pushing some decent power. Those Michelins are pretty beefy. Yeah, I mean that's probably how we would end up buying it right there. So at 2.25, I mean we have some. There's some options there for years. It's going to cost us a fortune in interest, I would think. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I can afford, well, okay, with 20% down, which is kind of what we've been standardizing, we could take it over like an extended period of time to drop that monthly payment down. Like that might be an option there, like option 2. I kind of always want to make sure we have some kind of buyback that we have to deal with at the end, but I mean, that could be maybe not the end of the world. So, and then we would need a header. We wouldn't necessarily need a header because I think we could probably use the one that we have now, but all right. So, I mean, I wonder what the difference is. I see, probably model years, 03, 96. Yeah. So, I mean, we could play around with this. Yeah, I kind of like the older one, but I mean, for now you're down to we lose 1,000 liters of capacity, and we're about the same price. So maybe the newer one makes sense. The only way that an older one would make sense to me is if I could customize the color a little bit. But anyway, and I'm sure the same payment options would apply to this. I'm gonna run in the house and just grab a quick coffee, and then I'll call Buddy there and let him know we can bail up or wrap his bales, and I'll be right back. All right, so let's just get the baler out of here. We're going to have a little bit of juggling. Yeah, look there's the wrapper. The wrapper's kind of buried. I think if I move that trailer, that would help. Yeah, actually, maybe what I do is, there might be enough room. If I just push our auger wagon back to the door there. Yeah, I should be able to fit that through there. And I think what I'm going to do, just, to be somewhat respectable, we'll just hose this off before we show up. I don't really want to show up with filthy equipment. And dirty equipment kind of says that we're busy, doesn't it? I guess if you showed up and your equipment was absolutely spotless every time, then maybe you're not as busy as you say you are. So that's cool. I'm glad somebody phoned us. So this will pay us, I think, about $9,000. So that's, I mean, definitely appreciated. Possibly even needed. I mean, that $9,000 essentially goes to pay our interest payment on our loan. God. Once we start seeing larger sums of money come in, like for example, when we sell our wood chips in December, we should look at paying something off, whether it's taking one of our vehicles and paying it out, or putting that down on our loan or something. I guess we're just going to hope that this bale, where was this guy? This guy, we can get through this way. We'll go take our little telephone pole bridge and then head up to his field that way. Yeah, I'm hopeful that this wrap will be enough, but I guess we're going to find out. We're at about 3 rolls left. We're going to have to buy some more, I think, here at some point. But let's hit the jump and see what happens. I think we have 2 jumps here, don't we? Ooh, that's just a small one. Here comes the bigger one. Oh, probably didn't see it because it was behind the tree, but we caught some massive air. Oh, I guess I can just cut right through here now. Oh, you know what's funny? Since we've gone and connected everything, I probably don't need the... Well, yeah, I guess it's still handy to have this little telephone pole bridge, but definitely don't need everything as... I have a gate, I think, to this guy's property otherwise. Man, that really opens it up now that those trees are gone and the fence is gone. I always want to go across here really carefully. It would suck to dump myself into the creek. That's the kind of stuff that you never live down. You always are remembered as the doorknob that drove his tractor into the creek, right? I remember the first year riding motocross at our track. One of the guys we've come to know well, I remember coming around a corner and seeing somebody pushing their bike up out of the swamp. There was a bit of a swampy area with like a bunch of like reeds and stuff, and he was pushing himself out and he's covered in mud, and sure enough it was this guy that we've come to know. So we've forever known him as Swamp Monster. We gave him the nickname immediately, and it's stuck now for years, which is kind of funny. The poor bastard. So this might be kind of a nice way to end the day up here. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We are obviously not going to be harvesting anything today. Our fields look like maybe they'll be ready in August. Let's check something. Yeah, I mean, wheat really is July, August, or September. So yeah, there's nothing saying... I guess there was nothing saying that our fields would be ready this month. I was just hopeful. But really, let's say, I was going to say, let's say they're ready in September, then perhaps by then our grass fields are ready for the next cut. Because ultimately, whatever I do to the wheat field to turn it over, when we make it something else, that will likely impact what happens in our sort of big field that you can see right across the little creek here. So whatever we do in those wheat fields will likely do something similar in the crop part, if there is a crop part of our sort of newly merged fields. I don't know. I have no idea yet. We got to figure that out. But if I had some more money, then perhaps we could look at finding another field and creating some more land opportunities for ourselves. I think honestly the next fields that we're going to look at are going to be those two $700,000 fields that are between this merged field and our farm. And beyond that, that's got to be it at that point. And if it's not one of those two, there's one across the road from our beet field. It's also a fairly large field, but I think it's a little less money. That should probably be the limit of what we're going to have, because beyond that, it's just going to become unmanageable for myself, and that's not going to be cool. So I don't know. All right, let's see. We've got 2 more left, and we are running on empty when it comes to our wrap. So let's see if luck would have it. I can already guess what's going to happen. We're probably going to run out on this last bale. I'm going to have to go fill up, aren't I? Please let me get through this last one. Oh, man, come on. Look at that. We made it through everything. So, all right, well, that's great. Let's go back to the store. Where am I? Yeah, okay, that's where I am. We'll go back to the store, and we will, I guess, get this filled up. Nice thing about this field here is there's no grass or it's grass. It's not anything else. Man, that stinks. But that's okay. Whatever. While I was working my way around there, my mind was in the process of trying to figure out if somehow purchasing that oat field there was feasible, which would only come from trying to secure additional funding, and I just can't help but think, God, that would just be suicidal. I don't even think I can borrow that much money. It's like $770,000 or whatever. And then I don't know whether those oats would still be there in the month of August for us to be able to harvest. Well, I mean, we do have on the second day of July. I don't know. It's funny. I don't normally play like this, so taking on more debt in order to really purchase like farming infrastructure, I guess, like purchasing more land is, I mean, you can't really lose. On one hand, I could try to flip the land. I don't know whether, if I bought the land, harvested it, took the crops off, and then put the land up for sale again, I guess that's not illegal, right? That's something we can definitely look at. I just have to hope that somebody's willing to purchase it. Or I could get stuck with the land. That would suck. I don't know. Can I beat this guy? Yes. So, all right, let me go get some more wrap. That's crazy. All right, so I switched it up a little bit this time, and we've gone with black wrap. Did I get the right wrap? I did. And actually, we're going to have to come over and get the extra, I guess, because there's 40 rolls there, and I don't have a way of carrying it. So, oops, sorry, store, but I will be back, I promise. All right, I had to do it. I made just a quick call to the finance company where I secured the $2 million, and they just laughed me off the phone. There's absolutely no way that I'm borrowing $1, let alone $770,000. So we're going to continue plugging away and getting things paid down, and then as our financial situation changes, maybe we can look at stuff. I mean, I can kind of see where if we found ourselves with a bunch of money after harvest, then I might do something dumb, like instead of paying down my loans, purchase some land. But who knows? There you go, and one black bale. So that's enough of that. So I'm gonna fold this up let's go make the trek back. I will text the guy and let him know that we're done so he can send us his money. Not to mention he can go get his dang bales. And then we may be in feet up on a table with a beer in my hand time. What do you think? Did we accomplish anything today? I think so. I mean, we got our field. I guess that's pretty much it, right? We got our field put away, so it's ready. I don't know exactly what we're doing with it yet. The nice thing is I don't have to decide yet. We'll probably get the one more massive cut of grass off all this, and then and then we'll make a decision. But yeah, there's definitely time. So I don't know. Did I say we were going to do anything else in this episode before we left, or I was going to check on anything else? I've been a broken record when it comes to is there a harvester. I'm kind of glad we went and sort of did that exercise to look at what a new one would look like just in case. I mean, $20,000 invested into a used one seems a lot better than a $225,000 loan, I guess. But we got to just do the right thing for the farm, and it doesn't necessarily mean shiny and new is going to be the best thing. But I guess I got a little bit of thinking there. A lot will be whether or not that harvester's still in the used market there. So anyways, whatever. I think I'm done. I'm gonna go grab the telehandler and go pick up that wrap from the yard there before they get pissed off at me, and we'll see you when we see you. Not exactly sure when that's going to be as far as what month or what we're going to be doing, but I sure will see you soon enough. All right, thanks guys. Take it easy. See ya.